I'm Steve Turano with Ask a Real Expert. This is a follow-up to my last video where I talked about metabolism and calorie utilization. And then I wanted to talk about how we burn or how we get rid of those last 5 to 10 pounds. A lot of guys and some women are asking me, hey Steve, I'm dieting, I'm watching what I eat, I'm doing cardio, but I can't seem to, get rid of this last 5 to 10 pounds. And I definitely understand. And the problem is we can't continue to eat less and less because pretty soon you either fade away, you lose your muscles, or you don't have enough energy to, post stupid shit to Facebook. So this is where an understanding of cardio comes into play. And let's talk about two different cardios. We have the cardio that we do gently, easily, and for long periods of time to burn fat. Like a bodybuilder who gets on the treadmill after his workout and does 45 minutes of cardio in an effort to burn the additional calories, burn the additional fat in order to get in contest shape. Or you see people walking around the neighborhood or walking around the mall. That's great. It burns fat because we're taking in lots of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen, we burn primarily fat. But now you're saying, man, I got to get rid of these last, 5 to 10 pounds, but I can't eat any less, and I just can't walk from here to Miami. What do I do? Well, what we have to do is we have to increase your body's cardiovascular ability. And by increasing your body's cardiovascular ability means we're going to raise its cardiovascular threshold. And that means we're going to improve its oxygen utilization. And that means once this is all done, you will burn a greater percentage of fat calories during normal daily activities and during exercise. Now, how is this done? Well, it's kind of the same way you get in shape with weightlifting. When you're doing cardio, you have to forget about getting out of breath. You got to forget about worrying about your heart rate, like you see the people in the aerobics room. Oh my God, my heart rate's 130, it should be 125, I'm going to keel over here. You got to get rid of all that stuff, and you have to get out of breath. You have to raise your heart rate to the point where your heart's going to leap out of your chest. You have to get out of breath so you get a cramp. What that does is it puts a tremendous stress or challenge on your cardiovascular system. Therefore, it raises your threshold, just like lifting weights. If you did this with the 20s all day, it would help a little bit, but it ain't going to make you big. So you got to get to the point where you're lifting so much weight, it hurts and it's hard. Same thing with cardio. When we do cardio that intensely, it challenges our cardiovascular system to the point where it raises our cardiovascular threshold. So we are then able to exercise at a faster pace with greater intensity without getting out of breath, without having our heart rate elevate. So now we're able to burn more calories. And more importantly, because we are utilizing oxygen better, we can therefore burn greater percentages of fat. And that's how you can get rid of those last 5 to 10 pounds without cutting your calories even further. How do you do this? You can do it in a variety of ways. If you do cardio for 20 minutes, pick up the pace. If you're doing it on a treadmill, incline it so you're breathing harder. If you really want to step it up, run a mile, but run it as fast as you can. Get out and do some wind sprints. So we all know what cardio is that gets us out of breath. Now this is not necessarily just for the elite. If somebody is in, rather average shape and walking has gotten to the point where it's too easy and they walk a little faster, they can get that same effect because they're just not in great shape. But those of us who have been training for a while, who have been monitoring our calories, been training, we're hopefully in pretty good shape, and we're getting to the point where we're looking lean, we're getting that vacuum pack look, but now we need to get rid of that last little bit. So that's where really picking up your cardio comes into play. So for us, that might mean doing 8 to 10 wind sprints followed up by a mile jog. So again, this isn't hours of cardio. This is shorter, more intense cardio to again raise your cardiovascular threshold. So we don't worry about our heart rate. We don't worry about our loss of breath. We are just out there busting ass like football practice. I'm Steve Turano. Train smart, train hard.